Okay, welcome to the SWOT analysis session of Pixlwizz, our organization. So if you see Akshaya, now the SWOT is good, but the thing is the level of competency. Now, if you see Akshaya, level of competency meaning is we are currently in the senior level. Agree, no, Akshaya, if
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not mistaken. So when we are in the senior level, I agree, quoted company is a strength. I can say yes. But in a senior level, I think we need to prioritize some other things. What do you think, Akshaya? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because generally, if you see in managerial level, yeah, quoted company is a strength. But coming here, we need to check the other factors. Now, one of the main factors I can specifically say that we are having the strength in very open thing I can say is very open one is that Akshaya, can you see this article? Gamers queue. Can you see that?
Yes.
Gamers queue all night for Jacob Plung Magenta. Can you
Yeah.
remember? So I will write down here. Now, if you see, if you have a game that there is a fan base where they are crowding up even in the midnight, do you think it is a major strength for your enterprise? What do you think, Akshay?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no?
Yes.
Example, Apple also has that same type of visibility in the smartphone technology where people wait in queue to buy the product when it is reached, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So can I write down here? The first thing is Jacob Plung. The name is Jacob Plung. So even if you see this Jacob Plung Magenta, that is the new version, has a high level of fan craze. So can I say this is a capitalization of value? What can I say here? Capitalization of value. Does it make sense or does it not make sense? Akshay, it
Yes, sir.
makes a lot of sense. So we need to think about the other factors. Example, the patents, whatever we have. Okay. And the other thing is the commissions we get, if I'm not mistaken. Because if you see, Akshay, this industry is a commission based industry in the sales distribution, if you clearly observe that. So commission based things must be there, if I'm not mistaken. Yes or no? So I'll
Yes.
write down here commission based also, commission based also. So the next thing I can specifically go ahead is the next thing is after another strength is the other one is something that we never ever got, that is known as Keppel Quest. Can I write it here? Keppel Quest. So if you see Keppel Quest is what? It's an MMO. It is massive
Multiplayer online.
multiplayer online. Massive multiplayer online. So if you see, if they have a massive multiplayer online at the moment, that itself clearly reflect the quality of the visibility of the company. What do you think, Akshay? Reflection of the gaming experience, if I'm not mistaken. So if you
Mm.
see, these two itself is one of their major strength for the continuation in the market, because there is a ratio. Can you remember, Akshaya, that we measure something that is known as K factor, if I'm not mistaken? If I'm not mistaken. So
Yes.
can I say the K factor is one of the major factor for this game? What do you think, Akshaya? Yes
Yes,
or
sir.
no?
Yes.
Because even if you see the K factor, we are having a high level of K factor. And even if you see in this case also, the K factor is very high because we are also getting social media promotion, news media coverage. When people are queuing up for our product, that clearly shows how strong we are established in the market. So if you generally observe, students, these two products are like our major products for the success at the moment. In simple language, major thing for the success at the moment. And I can also say that many people has mentioned that as a weakness as well. So if you don't mind, we can just write that as weakness also, no, Akshay, because if you see, one major weakness of our company is very clear, that 19% of the revenue, 19% of what?
Revenue.
19% of revenue is generated from what? Generated from?
Jacob. Jacob.
Correct. So students just observe that point, what they are saying, that is, it is 19% by Jacob Plung, it is coming. Jacob Plung, it is coming. So students understand this properly. 19% of the revenue itself is generated from this product means can this product has a threat of disruption? What do you think, Akshaya? Yes or no?
Yes,
So
sir.
can I just mention here threat? So see students how I am constructing a SWOT analysis. I am taking the strength, I am connecting the weakness, and also I am connecting what? I am connecting the threat also. So the threat is very clear. I can say better innovative games can, I can say, can emerge, affecting what? Jacob Plum.
Jacob.
Now example students, if you see the game comic, if you see the game comic review, what has happened? The age category, did you observe, Akshay? Now, if you see this mark, the age of the mark is what? The age of the mark is what? 13
Oh,
years. Did you observe that? So
yeah.
it's a
No, I
very,
didn't observe this one.
and even if you see here, Maria's age is how much? 12.
Well,
So do you think Maria all are playing Jacob Lango? This is played by the previous generation. Previous generation. So can I write down here emergence of generation Z? What do you think? Yes or
yeah.
no? It's a threat.
Yes, sir.
Emergence of generation Z. Emergence of generation Z. It's a threat. What do you think, Aksha? It's a threat, and also I can say it's an opportunity also. So I will write down, because threat can be an opportunity as well. So can I write down there? So the next thing I will specifically mention here is very open one. So I'll write down here. It's a very close one. That is, I'll write down emergence of new revenue streams due to new, I can say, new generational requirement. What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yes.
Because when the generations are changing, they generally want new stuffs to be coming. Now example, one problem that we have with Jacob Plung is we are going with the development model only, but not innovation model. We are just releasing the next modified only. But suddenly something new comes into the market. What do you think, Akshay? Everything gone. Makes sense
Yeah.
or doesn't make sense, Akshay?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So if you observe in our category, one opportunity we have is, the main opportunity is educational development. Have we touched the educational development market at the moment? Educational development market. Have you ever touched that, Akshay? Our company? No. We do not have
No.
anything related to educational development. Do we have anything related to real-time strategy? Do we have anything related to real-time strategy games? I think that also we do not have. Because if you see, Jackum Plung is a action game. And if you see, Keppel Quest is a multiplayer game, correct? Do we have
Yes.
puzzle games within our enterprise? I don't think so, correct? Do we have simulation games within ourselves? I don't think we have. What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no? So do we have sports game within us? I don't think so. So can we say all these are the factors that we need to consider as a future opportunity? What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, sir.
And one problem is, if you consider, I'll just write down a note, so that it will be very clear for you. There is something called positioning effect. What is that, Akshay? Positioning effect. Now, positioning effect means EA Sports coming with a puzzle, it will affect their position, because EA Sports is generally common for sports game, right, Akshay, if I'm not mistaken. So positioning
Mm-hmm.
effect will be there. So I'll just write down here, Porter's generic strategy can be considered. Correct me if I'm wrong, Akshay. Yes or no? So that is one major idea here. So another point of view, if you generally observe, so these are the opportunities and things that we have at the moment. Akshaya, now if you see this article given by this child, that is Mark, at the age of 13, he is expressing his innovative ideas relating to space, rockets,
Mm.
planet type of games. Now the issue is Jacob Plung is not to that level. What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no? So if you see a small child like Mark Zuckerberg also was a teenager when he developed the Facebook. You understand what I'm saying? So can there be a threat that this guy can be the threat for us?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
here they are saying in the internet, why don't you email your idea to a development company? Venture capitalist
Mm.
finance. Can that come here? Yes or no?
Yes.
So students, just remember one thing. We need to understand that hereafter the world is not the world what we were seeing. Nowadays we have teen entrepreneurs, we have kidpreneurs, if we say, where they are also selling items and making money, especially in the Western region. So students, just for your idea, can I write down here that Mark's interview can make a huge yes, Thais.
Just one comment, because on page 15 it says that Ilana Shamir, the CEO, actually developed one of the most successful RTS game at that time. So I think we do have a real-time strategy.
No, if you see in our company at the moment, she never
A little-
developed it for our organization. If I'm
a
not
little up. Ilana joined Pixlwizz in 1997 as a game producer. She was responsible for the development of Map Chapter, which was the company's most successful RTS game at that time.
okay. So I will just take out that. Thank you. So we have that RTS game at the moment. So I will just write down that. But the issue is, I will write down here weakness. No investments for, I can say the name of the game they have given is very clear. That is Mac Jupiter. So I'll write
And
down here.
not sure if it's relevant now or if
Correct.
you were to mean it later,
Correct.
but we have somewhere down saying about the risks that 85% of our revenue actually is depending on 6 franchise games.
Correct.
So I think it's another weakness that we have.
Correct. But that's correct. So 1 minute here. I think 82% of the revenue. So they're
Exactly.
saying provides our 19%, and our 6 best franchises, including Decathlon, generate 82% of the revenue. So I can agree with that. So I'll write down one more weakness, Jack and Plug, and I can write down 6 more franchises. 6 more franchises. Thank you very much, guys. 6 more franchises. So this limitation is only until there. But one thing is, it is 82%. So it's still a weakness in 2021, because when we have so many types, but still I cannot say it's a strength or a weaknesses at the moment. So what I will do is, I can balance this sentence here as well. So I can say it's a strength, also it's a weakness also, because 6 is the number of items we have. It looks fine. Thank you. So what I will do is I will have this and I will have this also. But Jack and Plunk is giving 19% of that 82. I think that's fine. That's fine for the moment. So just give me a minute. Okay. So coming to the next one. One thing. Let's just go through this for the moment. So coming here, Akshaya, regarding this. So they are asking to email. You understand what I'm saying, Akshaya? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So my question is development of gamers forum, can that take place, Akshay? Yes or no? Development of gamers forum and development of own games due to increase in educational ideas. What do you think, Akshay? Example, you may be aware about a company called Minecraft. Anyone aware about a company called Minecraft? Now, if you see Minecraft, it can be also, you can design your characters, whatever you like. So what can happen is, there can be a situation where these small children are developing new items. Is that clear, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. So I will come to the next one. So the next one is very clear. So we do have an MMO. That also I will come to the point. Let's finish this first. So if you see Maria, what she's talking about the graphics, if I'm not mistaken, yes or no, Akshay?
Yeah.
So my question is, how can this article be influencing to our situation? Can anyone think about it? How can this article be influenced to our situation? What is the relevance of this? Anyone? You can use the chat box as well. What is the relevance of this article here? Because we went through the first article, because there can be high chances a disruption can come through anyone in this market. But before moving into that in detail, can you tell me what is the relevance of this one?
So
Okay.
can this be considered as an opportunity area? Because it details around the algorithms, and Pixlwizz is also a software game developer.
Okay, but can I come here, Divya, that
Yes,
these software tools, okay, reaching software tools, reaching the hands of the users or consumer. Example, Akshay, Divya. Now, if you see, when we want to take a camera picture, we generally give it to the studio earlier, where they do the filtering part. But now we know the tools like Photoshop can be done. You understand what I'm saying, Akshay? So if the people get to know how to develop basic graphics, can they do it by their own? What do you think? Yes or no, Divya?
yes, sir. Yes.
So I can say emergence of gig economy. Has anyone heard about this term called gig economy? Thais, I think you will be aware about this, especially your region, gig economy.
Not actually.
No, that means
Mm-mm.
freelancer economy. Now, Akshaya, if you see in India, it's slowly turning out to be a freelance economy. What do you think, Akshaya? Yes or no? People are becoming freelancers day by day. Agree, no, Akshaya, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah.
So I'll write down Fiverr. I think you may be knowing websites like Fiverr. Anyone heard about a website called Fiverr? Akshaya heard about Fiverr?
No, sir.
No. Thais heard about Fiverr?
No.
Sandeep, has you heard about Fiverr? Fiverr, not Fiverr, it's Fiverr. No one heard about Fiverr? It's a freelancing platform actually. It's the world's largest freelancing platform. You can do anything you want. You can find anyone in the world to work under you. So this is known as the freelance economy. So can I ask one question from Akshaya? When a girl at the age of 13 has a desire about gaming development, will she learn basic tool, and the age of 16 or 17 will she start developing their own games? Will that be possible, Akshaya? Yes
Yes,
or no?
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So students, look at this age of this people who are asking questions makes a lot of sense. 13-year-old is asking this question, 12-year-old is asking this question. So we need to be very careful. We can't run the company with this management. So can I ask one question? In our top management team, what is the average age of a person? Now let's come to the management. In our top management team, what is the average age of a person? Any ideas, students? Can I say there is a huge weakness in our management? All are above 45. So can I ask one question, Akshaya? Do we need to have someone at least within the age of 25 to 35? Or at
Yes.
least 30 plus to something closer to that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Because these board of directors will not have time to check what the 12-year-old is telling. Correct me if I'm wrong, Akshaya. They
Correct.
will be mostly bothered about Jacob plan. And what happens is when the Jackamplung people are becoming old, these young people will be dominating the market. Are you understanding the point of view?
Yeah.
Can I write down here? Experienced board, that is a strength, but experienced board, but the age difference is very high. It's very high. Where they may miss out the current requirement of the upcoming generation. Makes sense, right, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yes.
So that is one major point of view here at the moment. Just a point of view, you can argue as well. So I just observed that that article has a big threat impact because people are now learning how to do. When people learn how to do, the consumption level will go down. They will become self-sufficient. Agree, no, Akshay, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yes or
Yeah.
no?
Yes.
So that is one point. So the next one is a Wesley Telegraph, that is a spot out one. So in this, they are clearly mentioning about, I can say, the testing process, and also they are explaining about, I can say, the defects that can be caused by the game codes, and the key features they want in a game code is very simple. That is good, fast, or cheap, and the other one is more easier to understand. That is the other one is very clear. That is given cost, speed, and quality. Cost, speed, and quality. So these are the requirements of the coders they need. So Akshaya, can there be a situation that one of our product being slow, strucking? Can that happen?
Yes.
So can I write down here one small thing? Do we have now one thing? Cratchy's one is strength. Please add. I will add. But let's finish this first, students. Let's go by the articles first. So, can strong R&D compensate weakness of the experienced board? I cannot say that at the moment. So, Akshaya, can we come here? Yes or no? So,
Yeah.
So let's write down here. Cost, speed, and quality of codes needs to be reviewed. Now, I want to ask you one question. In our risk register, did they mention anything about the coding becoming slow? I don't think so. They never mention
No.
anything regarding to the code. Correct, no, Akshaya, in the
Yeah.
risk register. So I'll write down here that is one weakness. So I'll write down here risk register. I'll just mention here risk register has completely ignored the 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 coding test and review for risk mitigation. For what? For risk mitigation. Are you clear with that, Akshaya? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So one thing, students, just remember black box testing. It's very important technical knowledge. And the other one is specifically known as the white box testing. So the most effective one is the white box testing, where you find the source for the coding. So I'll write down here solutions. So solution also I'll write down. So one is the white box testing. White box testing. So white box testing is very clear, students. White box testing is very clear. So what I can specifically write down here in the white box testing is finding the source of the code but the other one is black box testing. So if you see the black box testing, if you generally see input, process, what output, in other words, input, process, output, the traditional way of manufacturing companies, how they analyze. So input, process, output, and then they review. So these are the two techniques that is there, but I can still say there needs to be a coding review. Now, example, can I write down one more thread, Akshaya? Emergence of programming languages. Can there be emergence of new programming languages? Emergence of new programming languages. Possible or not possible, Akshaya? Yes
Yes.
or no? Example, I can say Python. Now, if you see earlier, people were going through Java. Now, Python has come into the picture. So many things will come in the future. Basic idea. So coming to the next article, and I think we were doing this, and this was the thing I told you, one of their major franchise, and people have a fan craze for this. And coming to the next one, students, that is
Sorry,
user.
just one comment regarding the speed that they also have the physical media. So would it be a strength? Because for places where the internet connection is not that huge, they can use the physical devices.
Yes, that will be a strength. I will add it later. So give me some time because I will finish this one by one. These articles, let's finish off because these articles are very important. Okay, so Akshay, shall we move on to the next one? User
Yes.
acquisition is the name of the game. Now, here, students, this article is very crucial. So, what are they specifically stating here? They are specifically stating one thing is that viral marketing. So, can I write down viral marketing is one more thing, and I can specifically say we do have viral marketing. What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no? Because
Yes.
our two franchises are already very strong. So viral marketing, they are explaining about the viral marketing and K factor, viral marketing and K factor. So I can generally say social media marketing can take place because that is very, very important. So they are telling about this in this. So we do have that at the moment. And the other one, this is the most important one. That is, I can say, it is a weakness as well. Yes or no, Akshay?
Yes.
Over dependence on cloud over dependence on Cloudbo, okay, for server hosting, impacting the reputation of our company, Pixlwizz, during any system breakdown. You get the point there, Akshay? Yes or no? Because I think this is one major area on cyber risk, students. So once this has happened, but anyway, they would have done the risk mitigation strategy at the moment. But the thing is, this is causing a negative review to the people. So this is a very, very important point of view. And coming to the next article that we went through this. So many articles are there, Akshaya, because why are they giving so many articles is as a management accountant, you should be more focused on the external environment. Because Akshaya, anyway, the top management and you are familiar with the internal environment. Agree, no, Akshaya? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Right.
students, now I will come to all your points, what you are saying. So I will just name drop the names, what you are saying. So now let's go step by step with the data, what we already know. Now, students, again, remember one thing, even in your organization, they generally want you to give you external data rather than internal data, because the external data is very more important than the internal data as well. So I'll write down here, Crutchy Swan MMO. So can I write that down, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So we have another one. So I'll write down here, Crutchy Swan MMO. So even that is what, students, that is a I can say massive multiplayer online game. Can the issue with Cloudbo also be strength for develop our network connectivity? I don't think so, provided if we have any other outsourcing agents as well, or we could have developed our own one because we are almost a very old organization. So Cratchy Swarm MMO, so that clearly mentioned we have 300 million players in the world, around the world. So just remember that, around the world. So the next thing is, I can generally say, can we have something called financial risk, Akshay? Yes or no? Because around the world people are coming. Makes sense or doesn't make sense, Akshay?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Around the world. So the issue is, I'll write down here financial risk. Why I'll write down financial risk? I'll tell you how. Financial risk is in every country, Akshaya, what happens is there is a payment gateway. You understand what I'm saying, Akshaya? Now, what happens is the payment gateway will only collect the money, not the company. You understand what I'm saying? Will collect. So what happens is that payment gateway can have an exchange rate translation factor. Are you clear with that, Akshaya? Now, example, companies like Google directly get money from you. But if you see, when you pay for me, everything, it comes through a payment gateway. You understand what I'm saying, Akshaya?
Yes,
Because
yes.
the payment gateway guy will generally take a commission. And it depends on the company size also. When the numbers increase, they will increase the rate as well. You get the point what I'm saying.
Yes.
And they may not give me in the dollar currency, they will convert it and give it me in the local currency. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens here is, Akshaya, is there's a risk there. You understand what I'm saying? Because of the delay. Getting the point, students? So just remember the payment gateway is one factor. So Pixlwizz has 5,100 employees, half of whom are based at the company's head office in Westland. Now, can I ask one question, Akshay? Now, we have how many employees at the moment? 5,100. So, can I write down 5,100 employees? 5,100 employees we have at the moment. But can I ask you one question, Akshay? I told you there is an emergence of what? Emergence of what economy, Akshay? Gig economy. Can you remember? Freelance economy. So basic codings, can you downside? Possible or not possible? Yes or no? Downsizing the staff for basic coding, agree or not agree, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Because there can be a situation of downsizing the staff for the basic coding. So when you're downsizing the staff for the basic coding, there will be resistance for change, yes or no, Akshay? There can be situation of resistance for change, all those factors. So students just get that point of view. So the next thing is what I can say is decentralization. Have you observed that, Akshay? So one thing is decentralization. Because if you generally observe, Akshay, they are not centralized, they're decentralized. Because East Office is going for mobile game. So can we just write down that, Akshay, yes or no? So Eastland is for mobile. That is very important way, because some students generally write this because you need to specify. Southland is for what? Console, if I'm not mistaken. And then the Northland is going for what? The Northland is going for R&D, if I'm not mistaken, correct? And if you see the head office is generally going for what? They are specifically going for the computer game, if I'm not mistaken, the PC game. So students, you get the understanding of this. So the most thing they have done is they have made a difference in their region. So my question is, Akshay, can there be a compatibility issue? One code is compatible with the console, but it's not working in mobile. Can there be like that, Akshay? Yes or no? Compatibility issues. So can I write down? Can I write down here? Decentralization causing compatibility issue, because that can happen, students, because compatibility is one of the major things for an organization. So students, now again another basic idea I need to say, that now these all are internal data, because internal data anyway we know, no, Akshay. So I'll write it down. Founded in which year? 1986. Founded in 1986. So that is very clear for the entire class. And it's a listed enterprise as well. Agree, no, Akshay? It's a listed enterprise at the moment. Now corporate governance all are anyway, Akshay. Anyone knows that. Agree or not agree, Akshay? Yes or no? For that, you need not have big knowledge to identify. Correct, no, Akshay? These are basic understanding. Clear?
Okay.
And then coming to the next one. So there are 3 overseas officers. Okay, that all are fine. And the other strength they have is language compatibility. What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yes.
Language compatibility. That is one strong strength they have, because they would have emerged in very regional markets with their language compatibility as well. And the other one is they have global marketing. They are not focusing on one marketing, global marketing, based on regional feedback. Based on what feedback? Regional feedback. Global marketing based on regional feedback. Global marketing based on regional feedback. Okay, so coming down. So they have given most of the items. So the next thing is, next strength they have is franchise model. What is the model they follow? Franchise model. So franchise model is very simple, very simple. They have a sequel. Okay, they have a sequel of games which goes in 1, 2, 3, 4. Like earlier there was a game called Need for Speed. So it's a car game. It goes 1, 2, 3. That it continues. Correct. So that
Yeah.
was the sequel, which was a hit. That was the Jacob Plunk, which was a hit for a long period of time. And they are also saying about the other things of the main areas. So coming into the other one is Akshaya. The one problem they have till now is they follow a strategy called outside in strategy. What is outside in strategy, Akshaya? Any chances? They take the feedback and develop. You get what I'm saying, Akshaya?
Yeah.
They are in the outside in strategy. Okay, where only enhancement is done. Only enhancement is done, because we can clearly observe, and still the craze is there in the market, but the enhancement is only done. And one more threat I can say in this industry, a very important threat I can say, is life cycle of a game. Life cycle of a game cannot be estimated. What do you think, Akshaya? Yes or no? Because that is the major challenge we have. The life cycle of the game cannot be estimated. So it's very, very, very difficult for an enterprise to follow what is going to happen. So you should be always prepared for change. You should be always prepared for change. And also what they have is the other business model. So other business model they have is something called the console. Now, if you are in a console, what happens is the websites in the console collect money. Yes or no, Akshay? The website in the console collect money for Pixlwizz. You get the point there. So can there be an opportunity, Akshay, that we can develop our own console? Like consoles like PlayStation, Xbox, can we develop something like that? Possible or not possible? Because we do have I can say, craze for Jacob Plunk. So can I write down one thing, a new thing, that as development of a console? So I'll write down here, development of console. There can be chances. Can there be merger and acquisition, Akshay? Possible or not possible? Merger and acquisition. So F3 knowledge is also coming closer. So there can be merger and acquisition, where we can be acquired by another enterprise, or we can buy another console producer's website or some partly of that to eliminate the risk. What do you think, Akshay? Makes sense or doesn't make sense? Makes lot of sense. And the next one is, Akshay, we do have our own website also. Yes or no? We have our own website, and what happens is our own website collects money using whom? Collects money using
CloudBar.
using CloudBar. Now the question mark is, CloudBar was once upon a time not performing well. Yes or no, Akshay? So can this have an issue for us? Yes or no? Agree or not agree? So collect money on using CloudBar. So that is one major factor we have. So my question is, an opportunity is acquisition of a payment gateway. Can we do that, Akshay? Acquisition of payment gateway. Is it possible as a digital strategy? Or can I ask you one more thing? Can there be a development of a payment gateway by our own company? Development of payment gateway. What do you think, Akshay? Possible or not possible? High level of possible. And Akshay, one thing I just observed very clearly is, just observe this. I will just ask you one question. If you are a really, really strong finance person, you can tell it. Pixlwizz has his own website, game for downloaded and access PC, laptop, smartphone. All payments are made directly to Pixlwizz through the website, although the website itself is hosted by CloudBar, a quoted company that provides internet services and commercial to commercial customers. So, what is the risk of having a third party in your organization? This is not, it is very high. They won't not ask you in the exam, but this question I just want to ask whether it is clicking to your brain. that all payments directly to Pixlwizz come through Cloudbar. What is the risk of that, Akshay?
There is a higher risk of data breach wherein they can easily get to know what are all our details. However, we are giving when the users are clicking that allow thing and all, give access to this data security and all, they are clicking allow for that own website. So if they are clicking allow for that cloud bar, they can access what are all the stuffs that is happening.
That's good data breach, but can I ask you one thing? Very advanced knowledge. What about money laundering? Can money laundering take place using gaming websites?
Yeah.
So can I write down here money laundering? Because students, gaming website is the new way of money laundering, students. I'm not telling lies, that is reality. Because what you can do is, Akshay, can I ask you a basic question? Now, if you want to get capital gain online, you can pay for a refundable service. You understand what I'm saying? You pay in dollars today and you ask for refund after 3 days. When you will get an exchange gain also. You understand what I'm saying? Because they will repeat you in. So what happens is all the dirty money will become cleaned using the computer games. So can there be a risk of money laundering? Yes or no? Ethical issue. Can there be ethical issue, Akshay? Makes
Yeah.
sense or doesn't make sense? Highly makes sense. And students, money laundering is a main area that generally takes place in the higher level. So Akshay, by any chance, did money laundering click in your brain?
No, sir, not exactly in this way. Like, it doesn't hit in the same name, but it came like we give this. We have lots of advertisements on this play rummy culture and all.
Correct,
those
correct,
stuff.
correct. That only I
Yeah,
was
that
thinking.
came. Yeah,
That,
that
that
came in my mind, but not
yes.
this term and all.
Money laundering, right? So
Uh,
students, just remember this money laundering can be a major factor because they have the game platform that is known as pay to play basis. So can I write down here pay to play basis? In that you don't know from where the money is coming. Agree or not agree, Akshay? Yes or no? Because
Yes.
money will be flowing everywhere. So it's very difficult for the inland revenues to track where the monies are coming and going out. Is that fine, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So one more strength they have is still they have DVD ROM PCs. So can I write down here availability 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 of DVD ROM, okay, and for poor internet regions, yes or no, Akshay? Yes or no? Poor internet region. So ultimately they have still maintained that as well. Makes sense or doesn't make sense? Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's one point of view that we were able to observe. So coming into the organization. Vision, mission, and value. So Pixlwizz will always be the best game developer in the real and the virtual game world. So that is their vision, and I feel that's okay, right? To be the best game developer. I don't think something wrong there because it's their personal choice. So they have that direction where they go. That's very clear. That's very clear, and they're doing that as well. But I have one question to the class. Can you read the mission statement? Because mission statement is very much aligned to the HR. It is not aligned to the strategy. What do you observe, Akshay?
Yes. Yes.
Pixlwizz exists to attract talented people who create virtual worlds that enable games to immerse themselves into existing reality. So Pixlwizz create existing places to work and to play. So the main reason is our mission is very much to the HR way rather than what students, rather than the idea of a strategic way. Now coming into the core values, imagination, innovation, commitment, teamwork. So they have the 4 core values here. But other than the 4 core values, one important core value is not there. What is that, Akshay? Just think one important core value is missing. I'm getting the answers also. Ethics and compliance, no. Customer focus, good. Customer focus is a very good one. Very good one. Excellent. Customer focus is good. Innovation is there. Imagination, innovation is there. They have mentioned is one. But customer focus is a correct answer. Akshay, I want to ask you one question. Shareholders are given any core values here?
No.
But can I ask you one question for you very openly? Does the shareholders are important element or not an important element? What do you think?
Yes.
Akshay?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Very
Because if you generally see shareholders is a very important person. So can I write down here core values? Can I mention ignorance of shareholders' wealth? Can I write down there, Akshay? Yes or no? Because ignorance of shareholders' wealth, ignorance of shareholders' wealth. Because a listed company, if it is not a listed company, I may ignore that. What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yes.
Agree, right? And another one is I can write down here is ignorance of customers focus, ignorance of what? Customer focus as well, right, Akshay? Makes sense, doesn't make sense? Yeah, because they are just going with that number sequence. Example, can I ask one question, Akshay? If you're working at Apple, the major risk Apple now will face is a disruption, because suddenly a new company emerges which is completely different and unique from Apple. Can that 1, 2, 3, 4 series, the 13 series will be out? What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yes.
Because any series can't go for a long period of time. So remember that, students, ignorance of customer focus is one more thing. So we can think a lot of point of view like that, but I generally observe students ecosystem well-being, that's good. And other one is, if I'm not mistaken, Akshay, just another point of view, it may be good, that is social well-being. What do you think, Akshay? Social welfare. Because it's a gaming game. Why we play game? Socialization, right, Akshay? Yes or no? There needs to be social welfare, correct? At the end of the day, makes sense or doesn't make sense, Akshay? Now, example, if you see some companies that got affected like that. So coming to the next one, Akshay, that is the board. Now, the main risk of the board, can you tell me? One major risk is there. What is the major risk in our board? Major risk in our board. NED, no. Major risk in our
There
board.
is no HR or any
No,
human.
no, HR is there. It is done by the chief operating officer.
Okay.
But there is no dedicated HR. I'm asking that question. Please think, Akshay. I'll give you the answer in 10 seconds. I'm getting some answers. No technology lecture wrong. Legal, no. NDA, no. Okay, done. So Akshay, the main risk is Lana Shamir. Can I tell you why? He joined this organization in which year?
97.
1997. And when he was appointed as the CEO?
2016.
2016. So if you see, if you want to become the CEO of this organization, how many years you need to work?
More than 30 years.
More than 30 years, huh? Just check, joined in
Oh, this one. Okay.
1997 to 2016. How many years he has been working to get that position?
20 years she has been. Yeah,
20
around.
years. So do you think the youth like the 20 years rule? Nowadays, I'm asking you, present condition, Akshay, will you work in a company for 20 years?
No.
Definitely no, even me also. So no one will work. So my question is, That is one major issue. No one can work also. So if you see the previous case studies versus this case study, the only uniqueness I found was this is the one and only case study where I found the CEO has been a child of this organization. You get what I'm saying? Because 20 years means he's like a family member, right? What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no? I can say at the moment the company will be strong. But once he retires, can there be a retirement for him? Possible or not possible? Today, what is the year? 2000?
21,
Now, how many years he has worked in the organization?
25.
No. 2016 to 21.
Oh, okay. Additionally, as a
5 years.
CEO, it has been 5 years.
So, can there be a chance that he need to retire now? Corporate governance wise.
Mhm.
5 years already served.
Yeah.
Did you check that?
No, sir. I actually gave this point as strength because
Man,
she
not
has
strength,
knowledge on.
not strength. Very, very dangerous one. Sandeep, did you get that point of view? Because now 2016 he was the CEO, now 2021. So already 5 years gone. Now there can be a completely this is a strategic level question. What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yes.
CEO leaving the company, what is the solution? Do we need to take
Ah.
someone from outside,
Yeah.
inside, or no CEO? Just let's continue the organization. Succession plan. Succession plan. So that is the main issue. 5 years gone. 5 years gone. So can I write it down, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yes.
So Lana has worked for almost 25 years. Agree? Yes or no?
Mm.
There can be a retirement. There can be a possibility of what? Possibility of retirement. Agree? So the question is, do we have a succession plan? Do we have a succession plan? Because Akshaya, if you see a very good organization will collapse when a very strong person leaves. Makes sense or doesn't make sense, Akshaya? Apple,
Yes.
Steve Jobs left. Very difficult. There is no drawbacks if she continues. She can't continue actually, according to corporate governance, negative things, stock market violation, so many things will happen. So Akshaya, is that fine with this? Yes or no?
Yes. Sir.
Good, good, good. So that is also done. Now the next thing. So that was the major thing. We have a lawyer in our organization. Our CEO is a lawyer. So can I write down it's a strength, yes or no? The chairman is a lawyer. Chairman with law exposure. Law exposure. Because I'm 100% sure there will be a situation of something related to litigations. What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yes.
A court case will definitely come in the point of view. So other than that, I'm not going into the stakeholders in detail for the moment today, because I may do that in detail later, because that I will do as a separate class. So if you see here, the CEO, game development, programming, external license, the CEO does it. And if you see here, if you see, sorry, and then accounting and finance, treasury, building management, marketing, HR, public relationships. So these are the fine things they have at the moment for the understanding. Okay, the next thing what we can do, Akshaya, again, this is a common thing that happens every time. That is, they give the board structure, and every time they give the chairman represents in all the board. So we do have an audit committee, but one problem is, one weakness is, do we have internal audit? Akshay, do we have internal audit?
No.
According to the question, internal audit is not there. It's not there. So the problem is for our major team is, even though there is no internal audit now, we do have a lot of ITIS audit is also there, if I'm not mistaken. Correct, no, Akshay? Because
Yes.
can you remember the black box, the white box, everything? that's done by the internal auditors also. What do you think, Akshay? Little
Yes.
bit their application is there. So
Mm.
that was one thing. And the risk. Now, if you see the risk against students, again, these are predictable risk. What do you think, Akshay? Yes, sir.
Yes.
All these risks are predictable risk, and this risk report they always give in the exams. So cyber attack. So I'll write down one thing: cyber attack. Anyway, cyber attack generally is a common area now. So I'll write down here cyber attacks. So now what we will do is any other points that you like to give, you can give me, students. But effectively, if you see, we have done a good SWOT at the moment, specifically for the business application. So anything that you like to give, you can give me, students. So I will just wait for another 10 seconds.
Sir, I have one point. We have in Northland office only, we have this R&D, right?
Okay.
R&D activities only there in Northland. So they are being in a Northland base, they may not concentrate on the research on Eastland and Southland opportunities and all. They'll be only concentrating on this Northland, right? If it is in head
100%.
office means, yeah, if it is in head office means head office will, it is a base for global marketing, and so they will be concentrating on R&D on all the three regions. But being in a Northland, isn't it a weakness, like having
I will come to that point, Akshay. It's not a weakness, it's a gray area. We don't know. The main
Okay.
reason is, Akshay, being a tech company, they will definitely have an ERP. What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yeah.
The region does not matter. They may definitely have an ERP. Example, think about Amazon. Amazon is there in India, agree no, Akshay. They are around the world. Now, do you think, Akshay, their R&D is in India? No, I think it may be in United States of America. Agree no, Akshay? So in United States of America, they may definitely get Indian inputs. What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So
Right.
can I just write down big data? Can I just mention that, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So I will just mention here as an opportunity, big data strategy. Can I write down here, Akshay, if I'm not mistaken? Because they would have a big data, but they can do definitely a big data strategy. And there is another area called business intelligence, Akshay. Because nowadays we use this and develop business intelligence strategy formulation, all those things with the big data. R&D generally uses that. That's a good point. And Divya gave one point in the chat box, that is VR and AR sector. So virtual reality, we are not at the moment. Agree, no, Akshay, if I'm not mistaken, we have not tapped that market, but there is high market that VR and AR can come into the picture as well. So any other things, Akshay? Others also give try, because I did not do the analysis. Why I want you to do it. Absence of internal audit is a weakness, right? Sorry, I'll write down. Thank you, Infas. I'll just control Z. It's a weakness. Thanks, Infas. Thank you.
This outside in strategy is also weakness, right? Outside in strategy where there is only management.
That's also a weakness, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
It is
outside in strategy is a current weakness at the moment. Current weakness at the moment. I can agree with you, because the children are developing ideas. What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no?
Yes.
Threat of government regulation. Excellent. Can I write it down? Yes or no? Government regulations. Can we have MMO getting government regulations? Government regulations on MMO. What do you think, Akshay? Yes or no? On
Yes.
MMO. Okay, government regulations on MMO. Ethical concerns of parents. Can there be ethical concerns of parents, Akshay? Let's forget about the kids. Let's think about the parents. Ethical concerns are there. Any other point of view, Akshay? Sandeep, any other point of view? But remember, the articles plays a major role here, Akshay. That last 5 or 6 pages, you need to again reread. Students, again put a Y in the chat box. You must read the articles that is there, because you are a management accountant already working in the organization. So they want you to give outside data more than inside data. So for me, Akshaya, my brain is telling, my thinking wise, it is telling at the moment, children are our threat. What do you think, Akshaya? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because children will be the main threat for us, and they will come with new ideas that we have not even imagined. So if you see, all the inventions that has taken place in our period was done by teenagers. Correct me if I'm wrong, Akshay. That means
Yeah.
people below 30 only invented a lot of things, from WhatsApp, from Instagram, from PayPal, if you generally see. But
Yeah.
if you see, our board is a very old board. Now, Akshaya, Bill Gates is now old. He can't invent anything. What do you think, Akshaya? Openly tell me.
Yes,
Agree,
sir.
right? But Bill Gates can give support. Can this be an
Hmm.
opportunity as well if we have more teens, inventors in our organization? Yes, in our R&D we need to recruit teens. And Akshaya, by any chance, have you heard something called Microsoft Insider Program?
Yes, sir. I've heard
Yeah,
about it.
you can become an insider of Microsoft
Hmm.
and give ideas to them. They
Yeah.
will consider that. So
Yeah.
Microsoft Insider Program where you can give ideas. Can I ask one more question, Akshay? Just can I ask one more question? Okay, just a threat. Just it came. What is the major threat for gaming industry? Physical games re-emerging. Can that happen, Akshay? Due to health and fitness concern? Just a point of view. Can that come back to the market? Yes or no?
Yeah, it can come back, but
It can come back, right? Example, what I can say is, you won't believe me, Akshay. Just I observe. Now, there are two categories of children, right? Now, the teenagers. And below the teenagers, early teenagers are there, no, Akshay, if I'm not mistaken.
mm-hmm.
They are health concern, truly, Akshay. Because if you see the teenagers at 18, 19, or 14 to 18, they are the age of gamers. But if you see the below them, they are different, Akshay. They are into the health concern, health and fitness concern. You get what I'm saying, Akshay? So that can make a changeover in the industry drop. There can be an industry drop, low chances, but there can be an industry-wide drop. Example, music can come. You understand, right, Akshay, what I'm saying here? Like a different shift can take, but not high level of chances, but we need to be prepared for that.
Uh-huh.
And another point of view I was able to observe as a major, I can say, threat or an opportunity in this major thing is on the gaming industry. What I have observed is, so this is one major threat. Another one I can say Netflix, all you are saying, because one thing is very important here, the customer must spend time. You understand what I'm saying, Akshay? Because if the customer is not spending time, that means your product is not doing well. That's the real KPI. Clear, no, Akshay?
Yes.
So that is one thing, threat, opportunity, threat. And if you see here, weakness, strength.
So there is this another chance, like if there is one account, there will be multiple users. There can be a multiple users, which
Yeah,
can limit
yeah.
our.
Encryptment is there. So can I just write down here encryptment? Because when there are multiple users, they encrypt, but I can write down here. One more threat is multiple users sharing same account. Correct, no, Akshay? Multiple
Yeah.
users sharing the same account. Sharing the same account. That is one threat. I think that we have discussed majority of the factors at the moment. Mm, so I think if it is fine for you all, can I get a Y in the chat box, students? If you're fine with the today's session, please. Any questions you have, you can open your mic and talk and say. But if you're fine, students, you can put a Y. And students, please take a printout of this document and paste it. Get the idea very well. Remember the names of our products. Remember the names of our server who collects money on behalf of us. Akshaya, by any chance, were you aware about a website called miniclip.com?
No, sir.
No. Sandeep, can you recall a website called miniclip.com? I will just write down, people may identify. It's a nice case study, students. Miniclip. It was a online gaming, miniclip.com. Now it's not there, I think so. Miniclip.com. I think many people would have known. Okay, no. Okay. So anyway, so thank you very much. So on Friday, that is day after tomorrow, let's do the strategic ratio analysis. Okay, Akshaya?
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much, students. Have a wonderful night. Take care, students.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.